to this course basic manufacturing process unit 2 and lecture 24 non-ferrous metals. Agenda for today I present the non-ferrous metals bronze zinc and its alloy properties and uses zinc alloys lead and its alloy lead and its alloy property and uses lead alloys tin and alloys properties and uses nickel and its alloy. These are the most important of the non-ferrous metals. Bronze bronze is non-ferrous metals. Bronze is the basically an alloy of copper 75 to 95% copper and tin 5 to 25% tin. It is the processor of the superior mechanical properties and corrosion resistance than brass. They can be easily cold work rolled and format of the drone. They are available in the various form of strip and wire and sheet. With the increase in the tin content, it's the strength and corrosion resistance increase. It is known as the hot working bronze. It is hard resist the surface wear. It is the hard resist the surface wear. Other property can be cast into shape or rolled into the wire, rod, sheet very easily. Corrosion resistant. It is the main property of corrosion resistant. It is the use in the hydraulic fitting, pump li- linings, bearings, bush and seat, rods and wire. It is the in the application of the um, brass bronze. Classification of bronzes and its alloy composition. Mm, Indian standard Indian standard and designation composition of percentage and property of uses. The phosphorus bronze copper in 90 copper is the composition. Phosphorus bronze composition copper 94.16% and SN 5.56% and phosphorus 0.24% and ph- uh, it's the properties and application. Phosphorus increases the strength, ductility and good casting and alloys the process good wear resistance quality and high elasticity. The material is resistant to salt water corrosion. It is used for the bearing, pump part and linings and the propellers. Lining and propellers also used for worm and wheels, uh, gear nut machine, lead screw and spring. Gunmetal gun gunmetal copper it chemical composition of gunmetals. Copper is 88% and SN 10% and zinc 2%. It is the property of gunmetal. It is the forget by about the 600 degrees Celsius. The melt is very strong and resistant to corrosion by water and atmosphere. By water and atmosphere, application of the gunmetal used for the boiler fitting and buses. Um, Boiler fitting buses and bearing and glands are the made of the gunmetals. Bell metal. What is the chemical composition of bell metal? Copper 85% and Sn 10% and zinc 5%. There is the bell metal. It can be readily cast and is the generally used for the casting of the belts. The silicon bronze. Copper is 93.75% and Si 4%, Mn 1.25% and Fe 1%. It is the property of the silicon bronze. It has high strength. It has high strength and toughness and corrosion resistance. Mostly used for the making cast article like the boiler pot, marine fitting and stove part. Manganese bronze. Manganese bronze. It is the chemical composition: copper 53.5%, zinc 38%, and Sn 1.5%, Fe 2%, and aluminum 1.5, and Mn manganese 3.5%. It is a property of the manganese bronze. It has superior mechanical property and high corrosion resistance. uh, It has poor responses to the cold working. Useful for the such a part of a high strength and corrosion resistance are the design, such as in ship and its application of the ship and rudders and the buses, feed pump and warm gear. Aluminum bronze. Copper 88%, Fe 3%, and aluminum 9%. It is the bronze aluminum bronze property and uses. It is the property of the aluminum bronze. It process the good strength, high corrosion resistant, and good heat resistance. Good heat resistance video used in the making warm gear and wheels, wall seats. Zinc and its alloy. The chief array of the zinc is zinc sulfide, in which the contains 67% of zinc. The zinc and its alloy. The zinc ore is the first concentrated through the suitable process. This concentrated is feed into the retort with a suitable amount of the carbon carbon is series of the material, say coal. Several retarders are housed in one furnace. It is the zinc and its alloy is use of the household working and When a furnace is there, the temperature rise to the 1100 degrees Celsius. Zinc emerge a and vapor and it the passes through the condenser where it is the collected and if the liquid the impurities are given out as gases out of gases burn at the amount of the condenser by the rapid cooling and the application of the zinc and its alloy the cooling and zinc powered property and uses of the zinc and its alloy. zinc is a heavy zinc is a heavy and bluish white metal. It is not very malleable and ductile and ordinary temperature. It can easily rolled into the thin sheet drawn into the wire. It becomes so brittle that it may be powered. Low cost and corrosion resistance. Alloy properties. The melting point of zinc is 419 degrees Celsius. 419 degrees Celsius. The protection of iron. The the protection of iron and iron steel from the corrosion is done by galvanizing electroplating. Zinc is used for the die casting alloy. Zinc is used the die casting alloy. The other impurity of zinc and R is the manufacturer of brass. Zinc is used for the roof covering, and for the providing the damping proof and non-corrosive leaving to the ca- containers. Zinc alloys. Most of the die casting are provided from the zinc-based alloys. These alloys can be casted easily with a finish, good finish, failure, low temperature. They have also considerable strength and low in cost. The usually alloying element for zinc are aluminum, copper, and magnesium, and they are all is the close limit. The composition of the two standard die casting zinc alloy is following: aluminum 4.1%, copper 0.1%, magnesium 0.04%, and other the remainder is the zinc. And second, aluminum 4.1%, copper 1%, and magnesium 0.04%. The remainder is the zinc. Here, aluminum air the impurity improves the mechanical property, also reduce the tendency of the zinc and dissolve copper increase the hardness and ductility also increase. Lead and its alloy. Lead or lead sulfide known as the galena are the generalized found the oxide or sulfide. Other impurity present in the ores are iron, copper, and zinc. The prepare or the concentrated together with the flux lime and silicon land and silica is feed into the small blast furnace where the temperature is raised to the 100 1000 degrees Celsius. The lead is melt as a liquid slag formed of the impurities. Both slag and molten lead are, tap, are the tapered of the intervals. Further the refining is the carried out in a revolvatory furnace reverse laboratory furnace where in the oxidizing atmosphere is the men- mentioned to burn out of the impurities also burn of the impurities. Thank you so much. In this video, I present in the non-ferrous metal and zinc alloys and copper alloys. It's